Hello, my dear student. I am Assistant Professor Neha Pal, and today we are learning the remaining part of communication skill, in which we are learning about the barriers to communication and importance of communication. So let's start. Okay, so here in this picture, you can see here barriers to communication. First, we want to know what is the meaning of barriers or how it can interrupt in the communication. Barriers as the obstacles, the problems, the errors which comes by communicating to another person, which create some conflicts in our communication, that is called the barriers. So in communication there are several types of barriers. So now let's see which are those barriers types. The first one is called physical and environmental barrier. Physical or environmental barrier, which barriers who come from our surroundings, which come through the some in our surroundings, like here are some examples: noise, distance, poor equipment. uh, for example, in a class we are go through in a teaching process, some are the students are sitting there and the teacher speaking, but the noise of running fence in the classroom is the interruption. It is called the physical barrier. Either the noise of outsider classes is called the physical barrier. I hope you are understand. The second part is called wrong medium, uh, unsuitable channel. It should be email instead to face, or wrong medium. Sometime some emails are very important but couldn't receive in a at a right time, so it can create some problems. Either the receiver it's not able to read it out. The next part is called cinematic barriers. It creates some different values, belief and traditions. Next part is cultural barriers. So cultural barriers, uh, those barriers where the communicators are come with another cultures. It can create some emotional barriers, it can create some language issues in the communication part. So for examples, stress, emotions, negative attitude. So when our receiver is not able to receive our message, it's he she shouldn't able to understand what we can say. So this create the barriers. It's depend on the culture, it's depend on our language, it's depend on our the emotions. The next part is perceptual barriers. Different understanding or perception of reality. It means there are two persons and are the receiver, but the perception of all the person of both person is different. So in that criteria, every partner of the communication are proving themselves. I am the right person, I am the right words, I have the right way to talking, but the another person, the receiver person, shouldn't able to receive that things, and then it can create some conflicts. At the other hand, the language barriers, uh, language barriers is a little bit relatable to the cultural barriers. Same as different languages are create some ऑब्स्टिकल्स. इट मीन्स कि कोई अलग भाषा से, कोई हिंदी भाषा का यूज़ कर रहा है, कोई इंग्लिश भाषा का यूज़ कर रहा है, इन दैट केस होगा क्या कि सब जो स्पीकर पर्सन है उसको एक कॉमन लैंग्वेज का यूज़ करना पड़ेगा. इसका सुटेबल एग्जांपल है हमारे क्लासरूम्स कि जहाँ पर एक रूरल बैकग्राउंड से स्टूडेंट आ रहा है और एक बहुत अच्छे वेल स्टैंडर्ड स्टेज से एक स्टूडेंट आ रहा है. सो क्लासरूम के अंदर हम इंग्लिश लैंग्वेज यूज़ करते हैं, जहाँ पर हम हिंदी और इंग्लिश दोनों का यूज़ करते हैं. तो ये एक बहुत अच्छा क्राइटेरिया होता है. द नेक्स्ट पार्ट इज कॉल्ड जेंडर बैरियर्स. अब नाउ Gender barriers depend on the male, female, either the transgender. So, in a work criteria, in a professionalism, it can create some obstacles. It can create the problems of a different genders person. So here we can learn so many barriers through communication. Let's see the importance of communication skill, कि क्या ऐसी importance है जिससे हम अपने communication को better कर सकते हैं या communication skills को learn करना क्यों ज़रूरी है. uh, let's start. So if we have the communication skills, it can build strong relationship in between the sender and the receiver. It can boost your confidence, it can enhance the teamwork, it can essential for leadership, improve career opportunities. If you have the communication skills, you are the more confidential person in your criteria, you are more capable, you are the uh, top of the level in that criteria, you are the stage holder. So the communication skill create a very larger platform to you. If you learn the communication skill, it can gives you so many opportunities. Now the question is, if you want to know or if you want to learn the communication skill, so which are the ways you can learn or which you can improve your communication skills? Let's see. In this picture you can see two persons are communicating with each other. So how a person who is speaking in English language, either the receiver who are able to understand Hindi language, so there are some obstacles, there are some barriers in their communication. Now the thing is how he she can be improve their communication skills. Here are the several points. The first point says become an active listener. uh, in this criteria, the language barrier, first you want to know the specific language, you can gather the information of a specific language. Now knowing the language, the next step is here becoming an active listener. You need to be listen very carefully, you need to catch out the words, which words and vocabulary should be using in their communication. The second point is says articulate your point of view. You can get some points of the communication of the specific topic or subject, and at the other hand you can reply as the depending on the question. Next point says provide feedback. If you are attentive listener, if you are getting the points, so you are appropriate, you are aware, you are very well know how to give a feedback about it. Now the next point says observe and learn. You can observe how the speaker person try to speak, how or which kind of words and vocabulary he she can be used in their communication. So you need to be observe the things, you need to be observe the positive part of the communication and then learn it and then use in your communication part. Next point is develop presentation skills. By learning and observing the things, you can develop your presentation skills. By it should be speaking criteria, it should be presentations, it should be vocabulary, whichever the criteria, you can develop yourself or your presentation criteria. The next part is says study and practice writing. The specific language you need to know, you need to learn, and you need to be practice in the written form, so it can create the more and more vocabulary in your mind. Now if I am in the class, so I can give you a short examples, or we can create some activities in our classroom. So if you are learning from my channel, so you can see here. Pair up and share a short story for 1 minute. Partner repeats it. Listening टेस्ट. इफ इसके अंदर हमारा लिसनिंग क्राइटेरिया आएगा, एक स्पीकर होगा एंड द अदर पार्ट जो पर्सन होंगे वो आपके रिसीवर पर्सन होंगे. सो यहाँ पर हमारी स्पीकिंग एबिलिटी इंप्रूव होती है, हमारा लिसनिंग एबिलिटी इंप्रूव होता है. द नेक्स्ट एक्टिविटी इज शो अ शॉर्ट वीडियो एंड आस्क what message it conveyed. Here is a link. So if you want to know the activity, first you need to check out which is the video here and which is the specific message it can convey, and then after the watching the video you can comment over there कि इसका मोटिव क्या था, इस वीडियो के अंदर क्या किस लॉजिक को आगे कन्वे किया गया था. Now the conclusion part. If you are learning very well the communication skill, let's see which is the changes you are learning in your life. So communication is the foundation of success. If you are learning the specific communication skill, it can create a foundation of your success. You are very, very uh, powerful at that moment. Next point, mastering to improve personal, academic, and professional growth. It can gives you a path. Here you can create your personality, your aura, the presentations of yours, the academic criteria at the other end, the professional growth of yours. The next part, the art of communication is the language of leadership. If you learn the communication skill, this is a art. In that way you can क्रिएट योर क्राइटेरिया. आप जब चाहे जहाँ चाहे अपना जादू चला सकते हैं. आप अपना एक कम्युनिकेशन के क्षेत्र में अपना एक बहुत अच्छा प्लेस क्रिएट कर सकते हैं. नाउ थैंक्स फॉर वॉचिंग. आई होप आपने यहाँ पर ज़रूर कुछ ना कुछ सीखा होगा. और अगर इस वीडियो से रिलेटेड आपके पास कोई भी क्वेश्चंस है, इसका फर्स्ट पार्ट हमारा पहले ही जा चुका है यूट्यूब के ऊपर, तो फर्स्ट और सेकंड दोनों पार्ट से रिलेटेड अगर आपका कोई भी क्वेश्चनिंग है, आप उस क्वेश्चन को टेक्स्ट कर सकते हैं. एट द अदर हैंड आपको किसी स्पेसिफिक टॉपिक पर कोई वीडियो रिक्वायर्ड है तो आप वो भी टेक्स्ट कर सकते हैं. आई कैन मेक एंड आई कैन टीच यू द ऑल अबाउट द कम्युनिकेशन. सो थैंक्स फॉर वॉचिंग.